Paramashivam. Nithyananda 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 Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Nithyananda. We begin today's Nithyananda Yoga Abhyas and go to the very 73 points of the Agamas Yogapada. We begin with the first yoga. Nithyanandam Paramashivam Kevalam Jnanapurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadrisham Atmasyavilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimanavacharam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Avakitam Triguna-rahitam Satgurum Tam Namami. We chant the Shiva Guru mantra 11 times. Om Pam Om Shivaya Namaha. 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 The right hand in the Bhagavana Mudra, we take 3 sips of water. Om Atmadatam Shodhyam Sudha. Om Nithyanandam Shodhyam Sudha. Om Shivadatam Shodhyam Sudha. With your right hand. The base of your right hand down, point your lips from right to left. Om Hamdhyaya Namaha. With your right hand again. With the index finger and ring finger of the right hand, just above your upper lip, below your lower lip. With your hand again. The index finger and thumb join together with your right nostril, left nostril. The ring finger and thumb join together with your right eye, left eye, right ear, and left ear. Rinse your hand one more time. Then with the little finger and thumb join together, touch your nail, right chest, left chest, and then the top of this to your fingers to the top of your head. right shoulder, left shoulder, and center of your chest. Lift your hand on left side. Now chant the mantra, but the right hand in the left. You put your hands on the right side. Create a conversation with the illusion. Visualize the hand strength and ultimately the power manifestation of Paramashiva. All manifestations. We have chant something for Mamovata samasta duridakshayattvara Bhagavashri Nithyananda Paramashiva Priyakeshena Vishtayam Asyam Shubhadito Purna Alokya Vipta Dragatriyo Vindiri Vidyantam Paramashiva Shakti Nithyananda Yoga Vyasam Kadishye Om Avogas Vishya.
Now let us set the intention for the Kailasas Nithyananda Yoga session with the blessings of Supreme One of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Before we begin the asana sequence, let us set a clear intention what we want to manifest as our reality for this session. Visualize your entire day without any boredom, without any tiredness, powerfully going through every moment, embodying the space of the Supreme Point of Hinduism, Swamiji, and manifesting all the powers of Paramashiva. Visualize yourself embodying the Supreme Point of Hinduism, manifesting what you want as reality throughout the day, moment to moment, being strong, powerful, without any tiredness, without any boredom, being active, alive. With that intention, with that visualization into the Kailasas Nithyananda Yoga sequence, asana sequence, let us come up to the mat. Let us now warm up ourselves, pick up ready and available for today's yoga sequence. Let us begin by standing together, firmly, feet firmly placed on the mat, hands on your hips, pick up your right foot. Let's now rotate the toes. Rotate the toes in a circle. Nice and easy. Nicely rotate, make full circles. Release any tension, any stiffness in your toe, in your leg, in your feet. Go in the opposite direction as well. Now pick up the right foot. If you start with the right foot, pick up the left foot, and again make circles with your toes, releasing all the tension in your feet. Now, once you've completed both directions, let us now simply bend our knees slightly and make circles with our knees. Go in the opposite direction as well. Go in both directions. Once you done both directions, let us stand with our feet slightly apart, moving your hip towards one direction and making a nice circle with our hips. Making a nice circle with our lips, push your hips onto a beautiful circle. As long a circle as possible. Now rotating both directions. Push the hips as much as possible onto a nice circle. Keep your upper body stable, only the hip movement happening. Now from this posture, what we do is stretch your feet comfortably, widely, and then raise your arms and into the side stretch. Slide your hands along one foot. Let's start with the right foot. Slide your hands along the right foot and go all the way down. Leaning down and stretching your feet all the way as far as possible on the right. Giving a nice stretch to the sides of the hips. And come back to the center. And now again, let's slide down to the left side. And stretch your palms as far as possible, giving your right side a beautiful stretch. Now let's do a few steps of bending down and touching the feet. Now bend down. Keep your feet as wide as possible. Your left hand touching your right foot, your right hand pointing upward, and then alternate. Right hand to the left foot, left hand to the right foot, while the other arm is pointed up. Let's do a few rounds. Keep your feet as wide as possible, allowing your hip to stretch nicely. Now, from this posture, again, stretch further and bend down. Bend down, holding your hands in front of you. If you're able to touch your elbows to the ground, you can stretch wide, stretch as much as possible. Bending down from the hip, holding the hands together. And if you're able to touch your elbows to the ground, touch your elbows to the ground and hold. You can bounce and see how far your bend is happening, your forward bend is happening. With your feet stretched wide apart on both sides. You can bounce. And if you're able to touch comfortably, you can even bring your arms behind you. So the stretch is a little deeper, the bend is deeper. Once you're done, let's come up. Now let's loosen up our feet. Let's do a few rounds of sit-ups. Simply keep your hands forward and then just simply sit and up. 1, 2, 3. Go all the way down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Now, make sure you have enough space around you to swing your arms. Let's swing our arms forward and backward, opening up the shoulders, opening up the chest. Swing in one direction and go in the opposite direction also. Once you're done, bringing your hands, fingers over your shoulders, touching your shoulders, making circles with your elbows. Making the elbows in front of you and taking them apart as wide as possible. Making great circles. Rotate in both directions, roll in both directions. Now from here, let's do the neck rotation, placing your chin to the chest and slowly rotating your neck. Start to fall gently on the sides. To the other direction also. Nicely stretching our neck and tension in the neck muscles. If we are using our devices and looking down on the device all the time, our neck gets very stiff and a lot of tension builds up in the muscles, especially the neck and the lower back and the upper back. All those muscles. Head forward and use with hands to gently push it down all the way. In the same way, as you have your head fall back, push gently up. Now, let us come down onto the mat. Let us do a few back stretches. Let us start with Bhujangasana. Keep your hands firmly on both sides, shoulder width apart, feet out, bending down. Start with your forehead on the mat and rise up just like a snake, but only raise up to your stomach region. Let your stomach be completely placed on the mat, and also lift with the power, the strength of your back. Use your hands only for support. Rise up. Nice and gently. Now, keeping your hands further wide, lifting your whole body and giving your back a nice curve. If you need to, you can bring your hands closer behind towards the back and give yourself a nice arch. Chest wide open, nicely bend. Bend as far back as you can go with your hand, with your hands. Once you have stretched comfortably, now sit back here. Now, coming back up to a comfortable seated posture, let us bring our feet forward, flat on the mat, sitting straight, sitting with our back straight as much as possible. Now let us bend down and perform the Paschimottanasana. Holding the knee down as you bend from the back and hold your toes or hold your heels or hold your ankles, or if you're able to only hold your shin or even your calf muscles, wherever you're able to hold. But make sure your bend is from the back and the bend happens as much as possible. So bend forward and hold. Bring your forehead towards your knees. Hold in Paschimottanasana at least a few seconds. And rise back up. Now let us do a few forward and back side stretches. You can start with a side stretch. Extend your feet on both sides. Extend your feet on both sides and stretch as much as possible, as wide as you are able to bring your feet apart. And put the leg stretch wide. Now, one trick is to use the wall. If you have a baseboard or something on the wall, you can use the wall and increase the stretch. Use your hands behind you and stretch. Stretch your feet. Feel that stretch on your thighs. Can bring your feet as wide as possible and move forward as much as you are able to today. And hold. Feel that tension, hold that tension, hold that stretch in the thigh region. And you could also stretch one side. You can do one at a time as well. You can do one foot close in with your heels towards the pavement and then stretch one foot out and see how far you are able to stretch with one foot. And you can stretch both feet on the side as much as possible. You will see every day your body is moving just a little bit more than the previous day. Just stretch as far as you can go, and there is no need to forward bend, the forward stretch. Bringing your feet, so you can start with the right foot forward. You can use your hands on both sides for support, and again stretch as much as your body is able to move forward. Hold that stretch. Bounce if you have to, bend forward and allow that stretch. Inhaling and exhaling. bringing your focus on your inhaling and exhaling. You can switch to the opposite. Once again, stretching forward with the other leg comfortably placed in the back. Move forward as much as possible. Bouncing a little, allowing your stretch to deepen. Hold for a few seconds. Comfortably. Now, let us continue with the Tritiya Vinyasa Krama. Now, please make sure that you are following all the components of Nithyananda Yoga, including the mudra, the hand formation, the gaze either to the third eye or to the nose or to the ground in front of you, and holding the visualization in your inner space. Each asana is from all the 12 components, is associated with all the 12 components. Now the mudra, the gaze, the visualization, and the pranayama, the hold, the bandha or the kumbhaka that we follow, or the breathing that happens along with the asana, and the bandha, the lock, the perineal lock, which is the mola bandha, or the lock in the stomach region where you pull your stomach in and up, or the throat lock where you hold your chin to the chest and rock your throat, and the japa, the chanting of the mantra also. So all the components, do all the components along with the asana. Now let us enter into the Varahasana. In this posture we are sitting, squatting all the way to the ground, down to the ground. We are sitting with our feet flat on the ground, squatting. Keep your feet together and toes are apart. Just make a small V in front of you. Bring your elbows up close to the head, elbows or toes all the way to the head, and palms are joined over in the back and they're facing downward. Just your palms are interlaced, your fingers are interlaced, and bring them down as your elbows are close to the top of the head, the base to the nose, as you visualize a boar, Varaha, one of the 10 incarnations of Mahavishnu. Perform the Jiva Chala Kumbhaka and hold the Mula Bandha, the perineal lock, while we continue with the japa. Om Nithyananda. Continue to hold Varahasana.
Padadali Mahini Gormile, Anapayam Kadrese, Edimulan Bar Nincherase, Jambachitra Angurisha, Andara.
Now from this posture, let us enter into the Prapitasana, where your heels are touching and bring your hips to the same level as the knees. Your hips are at the same level as the knees, with your heels are touching and hands are hanging down, fingertips are touching the toes or the mat in front of you. Visualize Swamiji, which is a big body of Hinduism, in your inner space. You can hold the Prana Mudra, which is the thumb and then the middle finger and the index finger together, holding the toes in front of you. Hold the knees. Continue with the Jiva Chala Kumbhaka holding the Moola Bandha, chanting Japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
उत्थानसनातनी व्यासविद्वद्य अम्मीय चित्वा इदम्भव्यानुप्रदेशे आनीय निष्ठेन इतिदासनं भवति.
Now from this posture we are going to enter into a Bakasana, placing hands on the mat with the fingers are wide. The fingers are kept wide as much as possible, giving you that support. Now place your knees on the back of the arms. Place your knees on the back of the arms and lift your body up and holding your knees, the back of your arms. In this posture, your eyes are forward and looking down. Visualize yourself as a crow. Visualizing yourself as a crow. Holding firmly. Continuing the Jiva Charanamata. Looking down and forward in front of you. Holding firmly. Holding the Moola Bandha, the perineal lock, and continue the chant. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Aktabhyam avnivastabhyam Janudhvim nabhotumeya Mudharnita samstavya Ishtet bhakasanam bhavati.
Now, we are going to enter into a posture where we are going to be standing upright with our hands, kneeling down on the ground. You can use the wall if you like, or you can take support from anybody near you, your partner. Now we'll be standing. Now we'll be doing the headstand. That is going to be a handstand with Padmasana, with our feet closed in Padmasana. Kneeling down with our head on the ground, palms spread for support, raising the body on the head and legs onto Padmasana. In Shishtanga Kapalayasana, as we bend down. Now in this posture, hold your head down firmly. Your hands are placed on both sides, giving you the nice support. Now walk your feet forward gently, and once the whole weight of the body is firmly placed on your head and spread out to the hands on both sides, lift up, and as you hold yourself, enter into a Padmasana with your feet. Now, from this dynamic posture, visualizing Swamiji, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in your inner space, gazing your nose, Jiva Chala Kumbhaka, and holding yourself in the Moola Bandha. Continue to chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivam in Shishtanga Kapali Asana. Now, from that dynamic upward, downward posture, let us now sit in Guptasana, keeping your toes flat, touching your opposite feet, sitting down between your feet. The heels come down outside the hips. So your hips are comfortably placed between your feet on both sides. Gaze to the nose. Visualize you are sitting in the sacred seat with Paramashiva and Guru. You are sitting in the sacred seat with Paramashiva and your Guru. Gupta Asana, the secret seat. Jiva Chala pranayama, Jiva Chala kumbhaka. Holding the Moola Bandha, the perineal lock. Gazing in front of you, the nose, gazing into the nose. With your body straight and erect. Hold the visualization that you are sitting in a secret seat with Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Javalu Dhurantare Pado Pado Gopaye Pado Palitam Samya Gudam Gulpa Gudam.
Now, we'll be entering now into another Vrikshasana, another inverted posture, where we'll be doing the handstand. In Vrikshasana, the tree posture, visualizing yourself as a tree with deep roots onto the ground, hands on the ground, fingers wide, lift your body up straight. The asana is practiced to purify all the 7 chakras. Continuing in Sahaja Pranayama, holding the Moola Bandha, the perineal lock, as you keep your hands apart. You can use the wall. Again, once you have kept your hands down firmly, your palms firmly on the mat in front of you. Now position yourself in a way that your weight is completely balanced, is nicely balanced on both the hands. Move the weight from the hands, and once your hands are comfortably holding your entire body weight in this posture, bend forward and lift back. You can use the wall if you need to, and slowly come off the wall. You can hold for 10 seconds to the count of 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In this posture, visualize you are a tree with deep roots onto the ground. Continuing the Sahaja Kumbhaka, holding the Moola Bandha. This is a beautiful inverted posture. You can use this. You can take the help of your partner, and if you're helping, just hold it as much as the person is able to just jump up, keeping your holding the visualization of a tree and continuing the Sahaja Kumbhaka, holding the Mula Bandha, internally chanting Om Nithyananda Paramashivam Chakrakshalanaya Vrikshasana Viveshakan Jnanendriyada Dadya Kona Vedan Samabhyaset. Now, let us do a slight variation of the handstand, the Shivu Asana. Now visualize stages, the energy flowing to the third eye. Place both hands together on the ground and bring your legs up straight, knees and feet all together. Gaze to the third eye. Repeat this asana. Now your hands are together on the ground, close together as much as possible. Bring your legs up straight, knees and feet again all together. You are more centered with your hands closer, with your feet closer, right? As you gaze, you switch the gaze to the third eye, holding in Sahaja Kumbhaka. Continue to hold the Mula Bandha in this posture. You're able to continue to hold yourself, use the wall or take the support of your partner. Now try to keep your hands together as close as possible. Instead of having your hands spread apart, keep your hands closer and also the feet together. Now again, pushing all the weight towards the front. Once you're firmly placed, bring your feet forward and jump up. Use the wall. Gaze in the third eye and visualize the pages, energy rushing to the third eye. Push down on the mat with your hands, arms placed firmly and continue the japa, internal japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam
Joy man kone ugo koi jol hat joy sampuri kare akas dishito patare Mastaga Nivase Rani Devani Renuge Asana Siteja Padai.
From this posture, we now enter into the Matsya Asana. Our visualization is of a fish, visualizing yourself as Matsya, the fish. Now with our feet stretched behind us, feet stretched behind us, palms firmly placed at chest level. Body is pressed off the mat. Push the body up and down again. Your toes are on the mat. Push your body up and down again. As you visualize yourself as fish. Holding the Mula Bandha, the perineal lock. Continue the Sahaja Kumbhaka. Visualize yourself as a fish as you push your body up and down again and again. Once you've done at least 10 times, hold the Sahaja Kumbhaka. Continue to hold the perineal lock, the Mula Bandha. Internally chant the japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Nityam Sainam Guruparo Ashwabhyam Muddhavritya Hastadalabhyam Bhuminoskapya Paramar Buddhanam Kuryat Matsyasanam Bhavati.
Now, from this posture, we will enter into the Sarvasana, visualizing yourself moving your body like a snake. Now, we are going to lie down flat on the stomach with your feet stretched wide apart, hands on the hips, extend your legs and point the toes outside. Lift the chest to left and right. Just sway to the left and the right like a snake, visualizing yourself as a snake, sarpa, holding your hips with your hands, pointing your toes outside, your hands are on your hips, lifting your chest to left and to the right. On both sides. Visualizing yourself as a sarpa. Your body is moving like a snake, holding the Sahaja Kumbhaka and the Mula Bandha, the perineal lock, and continue the chant, the internal japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Nityam Sainam Krishva Astam Dhamam Samsthapya Padamuli Kritya Samirayan Vrata Gantavyam Sarpasanam Bhavati.
Now, from this posture, your toes are stretched out behind you, your elbows on the mat in front of you, and hands in Padma Mudra like a lotus. You can hold your hands in Padma Mudra and place your chin onto the palms, onto the open palms. Your hands are holding your chin. Legs are pointed out straight, toes pointed out. Feel supported, self-supported and completely independent in this posture. Feel self-supported, completely independent in Niralambasana, Niralambana Asana. Hands are in Padma Mudra, the lotus formation, holding the Sahaja Kumbhaka, inhaling and exhaling comfortably and equitably in both directions, inhaling and exhaling, holding the Mula Bandha, the perineal lock. Continue the japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Parabhyam Bangujam Krishva Jite Kurparayati Mukhamuna Manukhe Niralambana Yogi Syamila Niralambana Niralumbanathyanam Niralumbanamasana.
Now we'll be entering into a very comfortable back bend. Now from this posture, we'll still lying down on the mat. Here, placing your hands firmly on the mat and lift up your upper body and stretch your neck, letting your head fall back behind you. Now bring your feet up at the same time in such a way that your feet are touching the back of your head. Bring it as close as possible. You can use your hands and see where you are comfortable in holding. Actually, when you adjust your hands, your palms on the mat, you will see that the back bend is a little bit more easier for you to handle. If you bring your hands forward, you will be able to bend that much more. This is Chakrasana, visualizing yourself as an umbrella, protecting your Guru from the sun's rays. Visualize yourself as Chakra, an umbrella. You are protecting your Guru from the sun's rays. As you bend your back, your head falling back, your feet rise up, toes stretched and close to the head behind you. Continue this Sahaja. Hold the Mula Bandha. Continue the internal chant. Japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Adhyasanavastitva Astutabhyam Bhumimavastavya Nyet Chatrasanam Bhavati.
Now from this posture, let us enter into the Vajrasana. Visualize you are the weapon of Indra, the Vajra, which symbolizes indestructibility. Sitting on the knees. Now sit back on the knees with your legs, with your feet or flat on the mat, and your hips comfortably placed on the heels. Now bend forward and stretch your hands forward as you bring the forehead down to the mat. Stretch your arms to the front, palms facing down, place your forehead on the mat. With your hips comfortably placed on the heels. Place your forehead on the mat. Visualize yourself as Vajra, the weapon of Lord Indra, symbolizing indestructibility. Holding the power and strength of Vajra in Vajrasana. Continue in Sahaja Kumata, holding the Mula Bandha, lock the perineum, and you continue to visualize yourself as Vajra in Vajrasana. Feel the immense strength and power. Continue the internal chant of the japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
nepati. Ganda Padmapadvaja Nithyananda.
Now, from this posture, we'll enter into Meshasana. We're going to experience ourselves as powerful as a ram. From the Gajasana, which is hands and feet and hips raised, alternate striking the ground with the hands. Now, let us start with the Gajasana, where our hands are firmly placed on both sides, the feet also behind you. Asana, placing your hands and feet on the mat. Now lift up and bring your palms down on the mat, visualizing yourself as a ram, the Mesha. Continue with Sahaja Kumbhaka, holding the Mudras. Visualizing yourself as the Mesha, the ram. Continuing the internal japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam
Yajāsana Bhumam Bhumam Dhyayed Yajāsanam Bhavati.
Now, we'll be entering into another dynamic posture, the Ajasana. From the Gajasana, lifting our legs onto the air behind you, slowly bringing the forehead to the ground. Now start with Gajasana and give yourself enough space as you lift your feet up. And if you are able to hold yourself, hold your weight, bring your feet behind you and over. Then use the wall, starting with Gajasana. You use the wall to support or taking help from a partner. Bringing your feet down over your head. Then try a few times. You can actually keep jumping against the wall. That will help you if you are having any difficulty in getting into this asana. And allow the back bend to happen. Continue in Sahaja Kumbhaka, holding the Moola Bandha, visualizing yourself as unborn, existing for all eternity. Visualizing yourself as unborn, being there for all eternity. In Ajasana, holding the Sahaja Kumbhaka, continuing with the Moola Bandha and the internal chant. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam
मध्यासनसंस्थितो पादद्वयम् अन्तराले कृत्य हस्तकेन भूमिं स्पृशेत् अजासनं भवति.
Now we'll be entering into a relaxed posture where we sit on our heels with our legs together, interlace the fingers around the towards the perineum, pull the feet towards the perineum, comfortably pull the feet towards the perineum and hold them together and place the hands on the respective knees. Once you have pulled the perineum, pull the feet towards the perineum, holding it together, sitting with the spine straight, gaze to the nose. Now bring your hands on the respective knees, gaze to the nose. Visualize the supreme point of focus Hinduism, Bhagavan's Nithyananda Paramashivam in your inner space. In Dhanantarasana, continue the Ujjayi pranayama and hold the Mula Bandha. Bring stability in this posture, spine straight, holding yourself strong, powerful, embodying the space of Swamiji. Continue the eternal japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
पूर्वविधि परिहाता की ताकती शोभना सरस मोरी.
Now let's enter into the next asana. We're again seated in the same fashion, seated on our heels. Interlace your fingers in front of them. Stretch your arms forward to the sides and backwards. Stretch your arms in all directions, backward, forward, in all the directions. Now giving massage to the various different joints and the muscles. Visualize yourself, visualize Swamiji, supreme point of Hinduism in your inner space. Continuing to hold the Ujjayi pranayama. We are now switching to Ujjayi pranayama, the oceanic breathing through the throat. As you move the clasp hands in all directions, up and back and to the side, in all the directions, in both sides, the front and the back. Holding the Mula Bandha, chanting the internal japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
हस्तयोः अङ्गुलीर्बद्ध्वा हस्तयोर्मध्यात् सर्वाङ्गं निष्कासयित्वा दिशेत् आगमोत्तां भवति.
Now let us move into the next asana, the Gardasana 4. Sitting on the heels in Vajrasana. We'll start with Vajrasana. Now bring your feet out on both sides. Turn it out on both sides. The thighs and the knees are resting on the ground. Bring your thighs on the ground. Bring your hips down on the ground as your feet are stretched out on both sides. Visualize yourself as Lord Garuda flying Lord Vishnu and Mahalakshmi on his back. Visualizing yourself as Lord Garuda flying Lord Mahavishnu and Mahalakshmi on the back in Garudasana with your hands comfortably placed on your knees. Continuing the Ujjayi pranayama, the oceanic breathing, breathing through the throat, holding the Mula Bandha, perineal lock. Continue the internal japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Jingurvyam vidya Tirthayo Dija Vijanuna Janu Parikar Banda Kalbanda Nurulata Mukshade.
Now, from this posture, we'll enter into a Ananda Mandirasana, visualizing yourself residing in the blissful space of a temple. Sit with your legs folded back again. Now, your knees are wide. Sitting down with your hips down and gaze to the third eye as you hold your ankles behind you. Visualize residing in the blissful space of a temple. Now in this posture, our feet are wide, your knees are wide apart in front of you. Sitting the hips on the heels, slightly in the front, holding your ankle on both sides. Visualizing residing in the blissful space of a temple in Ananda Mandirasana. Continue this, the Ujjayi pranayama, hold the Mula Bandha and the chant. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Mahavakya
Now, from the same posture, continuously to the same posture, and let us enter the Bandhasana, visualizing ourselves as a frog. In the same way, knees are wide, sitting on the ankles, hands under the knees. The only difference is the hands are under the knees and the gaze is towards the nose. When gazing towards the nose and visualizing ourselves as a frog. Visualizing ourselves as a frog. Holding the Ujjayi pranayama, continue with the Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha, the stomach lock and the perineal lock. Visualize yourself as a frog. Visualizing yourself as a frog in Mandukasana as you chant the internal japa. Om
Vishtam Sampidya Kulpapyam Dhavange Savala Yakratihi Asto Padadale Kipto Mandapam Padoda Sarad.
Now we are going to enter into a intense asana. Now sitting with your toes up, sitting on the heels on both sides. Heels are up and heels are touching together. Place the perineum on the heels, sitting on the heels. Place your palms on the ground. Spread the fingers wide with your thumbs touching. Let your thumbs be touching. Place your fingers wide. The thumbs are touching. Chest up. The base of the hand is actually touching the toes. So you link your hands behind so that the base of the hand is touching the toe on both sides, gazing to the nose. Now visualize the Narasimha, the intense avatar of Mahavishnu. Stick your tongue out and exhale. Visualize the intensity of Narasimha in Narasimhasana. Continue to hold the Mula Bandha. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
सुमतवीर निकार हरावे नादा अग्रदिष्टितो यावे.
From Chakasana, again sitting on the toes and placing the perineum on the heels. Your knees are separated sideways and placed on the ground. Make a hollow of palms and place on the mouth. Make a hollow of the palm and place on the mouth. And keep the thumbs under the teeth. Thumbs are under the teeth and close the lips. As you gaze to the nose, visualize yourself as Devi Paramashiva Shakti, presiding over any and all minuscule fears you have. Inhale through the Pingala Nadi and exhale through the mouth. As you visualize yourself as Devi, presiding over any and all minuscule fears you have, with your hands making a hollow, placing a thumb under the teeth, closing your lip. This Vinyasa pranayama, you inhale through the Pingala Nadi and exhale through the mouth. Visualize yourself as Devi Paramashiva Shakti, removing, presiding over all your minuscule fears, holding the Mula Bandha, the perineal lock, and the internal japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Bhagavan Devi Yogi Gora Manam Banu Nithori Gora Nunga Adara Karinake Adave Mahisi Vidake.
Now, from that intense posture, let us enter into the Makadasana, visualizing yourself as a playful monkey, with your soles together, top of the feet on the ground, sitting on the heels, and bend your elbows, bringing your fingers to the armpits, and imitate as if a monkey is scratching as you gaze to the third eye in Makadasana. Visualize yourself as a playful monkey. Continue the Ujjayi pranayama and the Mula Bandha, the perineal lock. Visualizing yourself as a playful monkey. Continuing the internal japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
तो भगवतली संपुटाने निधि तिनका विष्टि भूपरिधाने मोदत्वाय एत्यामनिलावे मूढ़ा पाद उन्तो सहरावे.
Now let us continue to sit on the toes, the soles of the feet together, sitting on the heels with your knees wide and off the floor. Gaze to the nose with your hands behind you, holding your elbows. Embody a diamond, the strength for yourself and your Sangha, spiritual community. In Vajra Sangarasana, visualize and embody the strength of a diamond for yourself and for your Sangha. As you gaze towards your nose, continue the Ujjayi pranayama, holding the perineal lock, the Mula Bandha, and continue the internal japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Paramashiva prani koi vese dohuri gura vese paya prakare dhira.
Now from this posture, keeping our toes down, ankles are crossed behind, ankles are crossed, and sit on the heels, crossing your ankles behind you, sitting on the heels. Place the palms on the mat on both sides in Kanchanasana. Visualize yourself in perfect health, beyond any and all physical or mental ailments. Gaze to the nose in Kanchanasana as you visualize yourself in perfect health, beyond any and all physical or mental ailments. Continue the Ujjayi pranayama, hold the Uddiyana bandha and the Mula bandha, pulling your stomach in and up, and continue the internal japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. In Kanchanasana.
Kanchanasana Mahavakya yadkritva shriropave vrishte padadvayam bhatva astvabhumam pradarake.
Now let us enter the Kurmasana, which is a very similar posture. With your toes flat out, cross your feet and place the perineum on the back of the heels. In a similar posture, keep the knees wide and on the floor. Rest your hands on the knees and you visualize yourself as a turtle, a stable body and mind, living for hundreds of years. Gaze to the nose. In Kurmasana, visualizing yourself as a Kurma, a turtle which lives for hundreds of years, with a very stable body and mind. Continue with the Ujjayi pranayama, hold with the Mula bandha, and continue the internal chant. The japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Ulpo tradishanasya यादो वृद्धमेन समाहितो बुद्धिकाय घोरवीरं मातरमिति जीवितम्.
Now from the same posture with our toes flat and the feet crossed behind us and placing our perineum on the back of the heels, sitting on the perineum, gaze to the nose as you visualize Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in Yogasana with your hands comfortably placed on the respective knees. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space in Yogasana. Continue the Ujjayi pranayama, holding the Mula Bandha, the perineal lock. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Sitting comfortably with your feet out behind you. Sitting on the heels. The heels are crossed behind you. Hands on the respective knees. As you chant the japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
नियम्य गुल्पाज्ञा बुद्धमेन समाहितः योगासनं भवेदेति योगविदो विदुः.
Now let us enter into the Vijogasana. We are coming up. Your ankles are still crossed behind you. The feet are near the opposite knee. The feet are near the opposite knee. Behind you, the feet are near the opposite knee. You bend down and hold with our hands. With the fingers crossed, the fingers are inside, the 4 fingers are inside, just the thumb is on the outside. As you bend down and hold behind you, visualize, gaze to the third eye, visualize a space of eternal oneness, Advaita with the Guru. In Vijogasana, continue the Ujjayi pranayama, holding the Mula Bandha, visualizing the space of oneness, eternal oneness, Advaita with the Guru. In Vijogasana, as you gaze to the third eye, continue internal japa. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Kodam pamo ubho thori goda आदर के दोई दजपाद के अनारहावे अनोपम गोड़ा दिगिलावे.
Now, let us sit comfortably in a seated posture. Let us enter into the pranayama for the day. Now, sit comfortably in Sukhasana. Inhaling and exhaling slowly and deeply. Now we are going to use the thumb and a combination of ring and middle finger. The index finger and the middle finger are folded inward. As you inhale and exhale, we use these finger combinations to close the left and the right nostrils. Now in this pranayama, we'll be inhaling through the left nostril as much as possible, slowly and deeply. And once we have comfortably inhaled, we'll be holding the breath inside, locking both the nostrils. And then when we are not able to hold any longer, exhale through the right nostril, releasing the right nostril and exhaling completely through the right. Once we are empty in the lungs, hold the Andar Kubhaka, that is the Bahir Kubhaka, holding the breath outside as long as possible. And again, locking both the nostrils. When you are not able to hold any longer, release the right nostril and inhale through the right nostril, slowly and deeply, as much as possible, and hold the breath inside as you lock both the nostrils. And as long as possible, when you are not able to hold any longer, release the left nostril and exhale through the left nostril this time. Once you have completely exhaled, again hold the breath outside. When you are not able to hold anymore, again inhale through the left nostril. So this is one cycle. Inhaling through the left, holding, exhaling through the right, holding, inhaling left and holding. This is one cycle. Now we'll be doing at least 11 such cycles. In 11 cycles of pranayama. Let us start. Sit comfortably. Your head, neck and spine in a straight line as you chant, as you start through the left nostril. Now lock both the nostrils and hold. When you are not able to hold any longer, exhale through the right nostril. Slowly and deeply, completely empty the lungs. Now lock both the nostrils and hold the breath outside. We are not able to hold any longer. Now inhale through the right nostril. Once we have sufficiently inhaled, any longer, hold both the nostrils, lock the nostrils and hold the breath inside. Now, when you are not able to hold any longer, exhale through the left nostril, open your left nostril and exhale completely and lock the nostrils again. When you are not able to hold any longer, again begin the next cycle, inhaling through the left nostril. Again, inhale through the left nostril again as long as possible. Inhale through the right nostril, hold, and exhale through the left nostril and hold again. Now, once you've done at least 11 cycles, let's again come and sit together comfortably. If you're able to sit in Padmasana or Ardha Padmasana or Sukhasana, sit comfortably. Then hands in Chin Mudra, your thumb and index finger joined together, placed comfortably over your knees. Now we're going to do the humming meditation. Humming as loud as possible, as long as possible, as deep as possible. Loud and as long as possible and as deep from the navel as possible. Hum intensely. Humming intensely means completely become one with the humming. Let there be nothing else happening within you other than the humming. Bringing that single pointed focus only on the humming. Now let us begin. Let us bring that intensity and continuity together, intensely humming and continuously humming as long as possible, as loud as possible, and as deep as possible. Let's start. relaxed when coming, and sit in the same posture. Sit observing the observer. The
Nithyananda